Hello, welcome to this session on Tomcat. So this is going to be a very beginner and basic session for Tomcat on Windows, and we are going to learn how to download and start Tomcat on Windows. We will look at some different methods of starting and shutting down Tomcat. How can we change the default Tomcat port on Windows, and how can we install and run an application on Tomcat? Okay, so this is going to be a very basic beginner tutorial for Tomcat on Windows, and let us begin. So step 1 will be download Tomcat. Okay, so you can go to your Google and just type Tomcat. The very first site that we get is Apache Tomcat, and you can go under download section. You can select the version. So I'm going to Tomcat 8 and scroll down to the binary distributions. Here you can take a 32-bit Windows zip or 64-bit. My machine is 64-bit, so I'm clicking here. You can select as per your operating system, and you can see our Tomcat zip folder has been downloaded. Okay, so this is the Tomcat zip folder. Now you have to unzip this folder and place at any location on your system. Okay, so step 2 will be unzip Tomcat folder and place at any location. Okay, so in my case I have already placed it at inside D tools, and this is my unzipped Tomcat folder. And you must have noticed that the name I have changed, right? So you can change the name to some shorter name. You can also give it a name like Tomcat only. I have just given Tomcat and the version number so that I can remember the version number. So this is what you need to do. Step 3 will be start Tomcat. Okay, now there are different ways of starting Tomcat. What you can do is you can go to your Tomcat folder. Inside that you can go to your bin folder, and you can see the startup.bat file is here, right? You can just click this file and run this, and go to your browser after it has run, and the default port on which Tomcat will start will be 8080. So you can go to localhost 8080, and if your Tomcat has started, you will see a window like this. Okay, Apache Tomcat, and this will be displayed. Okay, the other way of starting Tomcat is you see the startup.sh. You can also click this file, and again it will start Tomcat, and it will give you a message that Tomcat is started. Okay, so the first method is you can go to Tomcat bin, click on startup.bat or startup.sh. Okay, the second method will be go to your command line, and in your command line go to the same directory for Tomcat and bin. Okay, and then you can give any of these commands, startup.bat or startup.sh. Okay, so let me show you that. uh, okay, so I'm going to command prompt. So one of the ways you can directly go to this particular address on command prompt is you, in the address bar, you can just say cmd on Windows, and our command prompt will get started on the same address. Okay, now I can say startup.bat, and it will start my Tomcat. Okay, or I can also say startup.sh, and it will again start my Tomcat. Okay, so this is how you can start your Tomcat. Let me shut it down once, and I'm just click on shutdown.bat to make sure my Tomcat is now shut down. Yes, it's shut down. So there's another way method, which is you can go to your command prompt and you can go to the bin directory, and here you can say catalina.out space start. So I'm going to my command prompt and I'm inside the Tomcat bin directory. I will say catalina.out start. Okay, and it should again start my Tomcat on my default port. Okay, you can see the Tomcat is started. Okay, now to stop or shut down Tomcat, again we can do all these actions. So for shutdown you have shutdown.bat or shutdown.sh. You can click on any of these files. So if you go to your bin directory, you have shutdown.sh, okay, and shutdown.bat. You can click any of these files, okay, or you can go to bin command prompt, go to your bin directly, and then again you can execute any of these command. You can execute shutdown.bat or shutdown.sh. Again you can go to your bin and instead of catalina.out start, you can say catalina.out stop. So my Tomcat is running. I'm going to my catalina.out. So let me make sure Tomcat is running. Yes. So now I will say catalina.bat and I will say stop. Now you can see my Tomcat has stopped, right? So these are the three ways to start and three ways to shut down Tomcat on Windows. Okay, let us also see how can we change the port. So how can we change the default port 8080? So you see always when you start Tomcat, it will be started at port 8080 by default. But if you want to change the port, what you have to do is go to your Tomcat, go to the conf folder, and inside the conf folder you will see a file called server.xml. Okay, so you have to go to Tomcat conf folder and then you have to edit server.xml file. Okay, and what exactly you have to do is you can open this file in any of the text editors. I'm opening it on Notepad, and you will see you can search for connector port. Okay, so the connector port here you will see, right? It should be something like this. It will be 8080. I am changing it to 9090 and I will save it, right? So we have to change port number at connector port, save and restart Tomcat. Okay, so I have saved it and Tomcat is not already running. Let me just confirm that. It's not running, so I will just start my Tomcat. So I will say startup.bat. Okay, and now let me go to my localhost 8080 and nothing comes up. So let me try localhost 9090, the port number that I just changed. And yes, now you can see my Tomcat is running on port 9090. Okay, this is how you can change the port. And let us also quickly see how you can uh, run an application on Tomcat. Okay, so you can see inside your Tomcat folder there will be a web apps folder. Okay, and you have to put the var file of your application inside the web apps. Okay, so as of now I just uh, tested it with Jenkins. So there is a jenkins.var file that I have put it here. Okay, and this var file you can get from your Jenkins homepage. So you can go to Jenkins, the home page, and when you go to download Jenkins, this is a var file that you can download, right? And I have put this var file here inside the Tomcat web apps folder. And now what you have to do is you have to restart your Tomcat and then just give the name of the var file that you have added to your web apps folder. So I'm giving Jenkins, and you can see the Jenkins has started, right? So now this particular application is running inside Tomcat. Okay, so what we have to do is place .var file inside Tomcat folder and inside web apps, and then you have to, sorry, you have to restart your Tomcat so that effects can take place, right? So this is how you can do it, right? So this is what you can do for Tomcat on Windows to install and start running. Okay, hope you like it. Thank you.